what inspired a more balanced world was, in a nutshell, a contrast that I saw on my trip to Ethiopia when I made one with a global village of Habitat for Humanity. The contrast between the educational opportunities that I saw there and the opportunities that I was faced with here in the United States before I went in regards to my then high schooler daughter, where I had paid thousands of dollars in tuition, books, school supplies, sports clubs, and all that for a 9-month school year. And what I saw in Ethiopia when we visited the schools, the lack of the most basic educational tool. There was this contrast that caused me to not be able to let go, not be able to say, oh, well, that's life. But the idea was conceived that there needs to be something done to make a balance.
As we all know, there is a huge problem with poverty in the world. And unfortunately, the trend is not in favor of reducing poverty, but in increasing poverty. If there is a trained mind via education, the person has gained a tool that is not that's not going to be taken away from them.
Back in the 1800s, President Lincoln granted land to various states with the intention of building universities for the public. Before that, education was only accessible to the elite and people that had money. So the foundation and the concept of more balanced world is very similar to that, in that providing educational access to those who cannot afford it or who normally would not even think of education as a path. It is a more balanced world because it's a huge imbalance and it's impossible to completely make it balanced. So it's a more balanced world, which is a strive to helping with addressing that imbalance.
We started with a 6-year-old girl, and we thought we are going to educate children, right? Of course, we always knew we will stay with them and they can go as far as they want to go. But our audience seems to be children.
Mandy came up with this great idea, an approach to partner with existing organizations or find people in different countries and different societies that have the access to students that actually need that support. Our latest partnership is with this organization called Ruby Camp that operates in Iran. It started in Iran and has a really inspiring, phenomenal story. The founder, living in a village in Iran and in a remote area of Iran, but really sharp kid, really good at school. He gets sent to the big city for high school and college education. And when he gets there and he realizes the opportunities and access that is available to people in the big cities versus in the small villages to build their lives, he just gets inspired. He gets angry and gets inspired.
روبیکم رو من وقتی که سال اول دکتری بودم توی دانشگاه کرنل شروع کردم برای نوجوانهای روستای محل زندگیم. ما براشون لپتاپ می‌خریدیم، بهشون می‌دادیم و بهشون برنامه‌نویسی یاد می‌دادیم. آروم آروم این ایده بزرگتر شد برای کل ایران و تبدیل شد به یک مدرسه کارآفرین و رهبری، جایی که بچه‌ها واردش میشن، 1 سال همراه ما هستن، برنامه‌نویسی یاد می‌گیرن، طراحی وب یاد می‌گیرن، هوش مصنوعی یاد می‌گیرن و همچنین توسعه حرفه‌ای یاد می‌گیرن. نوجوان‌های فارغ التحصیل روبیکم وارد شرکت‌های بزرگی مثل دیجیکالا، اسنپ، علی بابا میشن، شبیه آمازون، گوگل توی در واقع آمریکا هستش. یا برخی از نوجوان‌هایی که از روبیکم فارغ التحصیل شدن تونستن استارتاپ های خودشون رو شروع بکنن. ما حدود 2 سال پیش با امور بالانسورد آشنا شدیم و همکاریمون رو شروع کردیم و خیلی هم همکاری دوست داشتنی تا الان بوده و سازنده‌ای بوده و به خاطر حمایت هایی که تا الان شدیم تونستیم اون ایده های بلند پروازانه‌ای که داشتیم رو بیشتر عملی بکنیم و بتونیم هم نوجوان‌های کمتر بهره‌مند بیشتر رو حمایت بکنیم، هم ایده های عمیق‌تری.
The countries or regions that a more balanced world has been active in or is active starts with Afghanistan, Belarus, Cambodia, Ethiopia, Guatemala, India, Iran, Kenya, Mexico, Nepal, Pakistan, South Africa, Turkey, Uganda, and United States.
Both of my parents were career educators, and education was always something that was highlighted in our daily lives. We could see how our parents were impacting lives of other students and how some of those students ended up being very successful and having very successful careers both in public and private sectors. I see that education has been foundational in so many different ways for me to have the opportunities and build the life that I have. So I wanted to make sure that those who deserve the opportunity have that opportunity and be able to give that to them. In a lot of countries, it's customary to have a child and use them as a labor, as a source of income for the household. Well, if we can supplement that household just with that income and allow the child to go to school, that's really all it takes. And it could really be only a few dollars a month.
Smita from India. This young lady has so much heart and potential, and with the assistance of our organization, been able to overcome such rampant poverty that unfortunately is so prevalent in many countries, particularly in India, that with all the difficulties and obstacles, she has educated herself all the way to a PhD. She has become a spokesperson in giving speeches, teaching classes at the university, and she has surpassed any expectation.
By investing a short 4 years in the life of a young person, you could really change their future. They become an engineer or a nurse or a professional that not only they can help themselves, but their family, their community, and so on and so forth.
After graduating high school, I couldn't go to university, even if I really want to go and get something for my life. But my family was not in a position to send me to school and to help me. And I was just a young kid trying to find out where to go.
Farishte is a young woman married with 2 little children from Afghanistan. She lives in Kabul. She always wanted to go to university. Her husband was very supportive, but her in-laws, from their perspective, she was a wife, she was a mother, and she had no business to do anything else other than a responsibility of a wife and mother, and the fact that she couldn't afford it, to go to university. With support of her husband and support of a more balanced world, she actually was able to convince her in-laws that not only she will fully fulfill the responsibilities of being a mother and a wife and work at home, chores, everything that she has to do, but she would also be able to go to university now that there is an opportunity for her in terms of financials that she couldn't support.
My family was among those 25 household members who got lucky to have the opportunity their house to be built. So I met Mandy there. They were helping us, and we were building our house. And it was I met her in one incident. We didn't have that much time, but we talked a little bit, and I thought she's a very nice person, and she left to do her job, and I was doing my job. And then I remember that it was their last day of going back after the project, and I was thinking, you know, I thought, I mean, she could help me. There's this perception that they can do whatever they want if they like you. That was my thing. And then I was like, okay. I sent my brother, my little brother. I wrote something on the letter saying, hey, go give this for Mandy. And there was it was like a get together thing.
There was a get together in honor of volunteers before we left. I was standing there in the middle of this crowd, and I saw a little kid is pulling on my
That was my brother.
on my jacket, and then I looked and I saw this little boy didn't say anything, handed me a piece of paper. So I opened it, and it says, Mandy, could you please come? I am in my house. And I started following the little boy, and he went among houses and went to his room, and Andrew, and I don't know, 18, 19-year-old young man is standing there, and we said hi.
Yeah, and then I was like, I have a little necklace, if you remember, and I put that necklace on her neck.
As a gift.
Yeah, as a gift. And then I said, and I said, she said, what do you want me to do? And that was like the biggest opportunity for me to tell her what I really want to do in life. And I said, could you help me go to school? And there was expenses, and my family couldn't afford that. I really wanted to go to school, and she didn't think twice. She said yes. That was like a big thing for me, and I think I remember my body was shaking when I was saying that. And then she said, yes, I would do that, and I will send you to school, and I'll pay for your needs. The success and achievement of the organization it's very visible when it comes to Ethiopia. We were able to help maybe more than 10 students so far, like graduating in a higher level. For instance, we have students graduated from medical school. We have students graduated from engineering school, accounting, and computer science. They are currently working, and most of them are just helping themselves. Even going above that, they are helping their siblings, their family, and their community. You can take my own experience. I was lucky enough to get all the support that I got, and be able to support myself. Not only myself, I was able to send my two younger brothers to school and get their education and change their life for a better.
We have a very customized approach to supporting of our students. It's beyond just financial. We know them, we look at them, treat them like family. We know about their hopes, we know about their challenges, we know about the dynamic of their household. So because of that, we are able to come up with programs and the type of holistic support that is more meaningful than just giving them a check every month. It feels not only rewarding, but necessary. And it feels that, how could I have not? In all cases, every one of these cases, I feel how could I not? It's rewarding. It makes me happy. It lifts me up. It gives me energy, rejuvenates me, because people like us have ups and downs when things get tough. I feel that closeness to them, that there is no difference between Farishta's case or Smita's case and my own daughter. It feels great, and I am convinced we get more out of this than they have.